Wow, nerds! This segment that you're about to watch actually comes from the live show. If you want to join in the conversation live, then the place to do that is youtube.com/generallynerdy. So I'm done rambling. Let's get to the clip, shall we? We have report claims President Trump's influence gives Paramount the edge in bids for Warner Brothers, while also helping revive the career of Brett Ratner and the Rush Hour series. That's right. There is officially a fourth Rush Hour movie. Or is it a third? No, I'm pretty sure it's a fourth. We'll get into it. Paramount Skydance. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're still talking about this, so whatever. Paramount Skydance is the alleged frontrunner. We already know this. In the battle to purchase Warner Bros. Discovery, and they reportedly have the President of the United States to thank. Their friendship, the Ellison family who own Skydance has with Trump. These are all things we have already covered. According to New York Post, it's not their association by itself giving Ellison the lead. The Ellison's bid sweetened by the fact that they are willing to buy all of Warner. So again, this is not something that was we reported on previously, because it was just that we're talking about the people who are bidding for the company. I don't remember seeing, because we read every article, right? So I don't remember seeing the delineation that some of these companies are only trying to buy studio and streaming, and some of these companies are trying to buy the entirety of the company. So that is a pretty big delineation. They're willing to buy all of to the last component, including CNN. To them and Trump, the cable news dinosaur started by Ted Turner is still worth saving for its untapped potential. I would have to concur, because it has less of a stigma in the eyes of normies. So, yeah, there is potential for CNN. That's not to say that CNN is good right now, but that's a whole other conversation. Quote, they see CNN, warts and all, as a very profitable business worth saving, says the Post. Trump, meanwhile, desperately wants CNN, whose correspondents regularly spar with him at the White House and on Air Force One, neutralized and out of its anti-MAGA coverage, one top broadcast executive recently told. Under Ellison Skydance's leadership, it's said Trump believes CNN will go MAGA, much like Paramount reportedly is, and as the Ellisons will hire people who, quote, squeeze left-wing bias out of its news programming. Because of their biases, the POTUS has not been CNN's biggest fan while he's been in office, and there are anchors there that he would like to terminate. Yeah, that's fair. I think we're playing a pretty dangerous game if the only motivating factor for changing CNN is just to eliminate left-wing bias. I think you're just going to create another Fox News, and then it's just going to have the same result on the other side this time. Like, you can't completely eliminate these things and still expect it to be a business model worth saving, to use their words. So I don't know, that this seems a little bit too far in the other direction. However, its ambitions might extend beyond turning around the one 24-hour news channel. Another report claims Trump wants to reshape popular culture, especially at the movies. This is something that, again, has been alluded to with this whole situation previously, and is something that a lot of conservative, center-right media outlets are really taking note of. You have in the podcast space, the YouTuber space, the new media space, I guess is the way we're referring to it now. You have the rise of things like Timcast. You have the rise of the Daily Wire, for sure, because their big push for the Pendragon Cycle series, which I guess I'm correcting that right now. Pendragon is a series, not a movie. I said in the last pre-recorded episode that it was going to be a movie, and then I did a short about it, and then I was corrected in the comments, and have since realized that it is going to be a 7-part series, is not going to be a movie. Either way, it's still getting good coverage from legacy media outlets, which is really cool. But Daily Wire becoming so prominent, Angel Studios becoming pretty well known at this point. Like all of these things, it is conservative-minded people or conservative-adjacent people who are realizing that a big part of the reason why it has been such a hard road to get reason and logic into the brains of the masses is because the left has held on to popular culture with a death grip for so long that is how most people are informed. A lot of people, majority of people, I would venture, do not actually watch news-related programming. They get whiffs of the news from their pop culture. So when you have late-night hosts who are insane lefties who are crying because they're getting canceled because nobody's watching their shows anymore, the few people that are watching their shows only see what those types want them to see. So this is definitely something that I'm interested that it is being reported. I don't know how much I believe 100% that Trump wants it to go to the level, or is the one who's saying that we need to control culture. But it's interesting that it's being reported that way, because that means it's at least in the White House somewhere. Whether or not it's actually coming out of Trump's mouth or just a mouthpiece of his remains to be seen. But it is something to be aware of. I think we're definitely seeing a push towards reasonable culture and art and such. Anyway, continuing on. However, his ambitions might extend, especially at the movies. In no uncertain terms, the president wants to see more action on the big screen, the helicopter chase, and buddy cop variety. For that reason, he is pushing for Rush Hour 4 per Semaphore. What is... Semaphore is a news outlet that I was unaware of. How Trump is trying to remake American culture starting with Rush Hour. Interesting. Other than a love for the Jean-Claude Van Damme martial arts trendsetter of dubious inspiration Bloodsport, Trump's fixation on this dormant series seems to stem from a partnership he has formed with its producer, Arthur Sarkeesian, and its director. Rush Hour originated with disgraced filmmaker Brett Ratner, who was dumped by WB over misconduct charges during the heat of the Me Too movement. Work dried up fast, and his production company, Rat Pack Dune, was shuttered. Lately, Ratner has experienced a slow comeback thanks to an upcoming Amazon documentary following none other than First Lady Melania Trump. Sarkeesian also recently partook in a documentary that flatteringly depicted her husband, so there could be a quid pro quo. Interesting. Some are hoping Trump's aid in media maneuvers behind the scenes could usher in the return of the Snyderverse. This is, again, something that we covered rather extensively last live stream. Only proof of this is even possible. Sorry, I totally added words into that. The only proof this is even possible is he really liked Ben Affleck's Batman. Oops. What's going on? No. Okay. Zack Snyder's activity on Instagram might be a sign the director knows the tide is shifting behind the scenes in his favor until Warner is sold and the Snyderverse is brought back to life officially. No one can say that is the case. Thank you very much, nerds, for tuning in. If you want to level up your nerdy, geeky, pop culture knowledge, then don't forget to subscribe and do all of the things. Go check out the main channel, Generally Nerdy, for the larger portion. Again, you get all of these sections into one convenient video over on Generally Nerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. Thank you for checking out this clip. We will see you next time. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.